Have you ever gone into the kitchen wanting to whip up something quick and simple, but not knowing where to start? You pull out a pan to fry an egg, put in a lot of effort preparing it, only for the final result to turn out ugly and disappointing to the point where you're so frustrated you don't even want to eat it. In this video, I'll share 3 simple yet extremely effective methods to make perfectly beautiful poached eggs. With these tips, your eggs will always turn out soft, smooth, fluffy, fragrant, and absolutely delicious, even if you've never tried making them before. Let's get started. Before using eggs, I always check them with this very simple method. Fresh eggs usually have a slightly rough shell, covered on the outside with a thin, natural white membrane. This membrane helps the egg retain moisture and keep the inside stable. Just gently shake an egg, and you can tell if it's still fresh or not. When the egg is fresh, the egg white and yolk are very firm, so when you shake it lightly, you won't hear any sound at all. On the contrary, old or spoiled eggs lose moisture, causing air to accumulate inside, which makes the contents looser. As a result, when you shake it, you'll hear a sloshing sound or feel something moving inside. I once encountered this situation, and the rotten egg smell haunted me all morning. Since then, I always check the eggs before using them. It only takes about 3 seconds to shake an egg, but it can help you avoid a disastrous meal. What about you? Have you ever experienced a horrifying bad egg situation? Feel free to leave a comment and share. Now, once we've selected fresh, good quality eggs, let's move on to the cleaning step. Prepare a basin of clean water. Add 1 tablespoon of salt and stir well until the salt is completely dissolved. Then, gently place the eggs you want to use into the salt water and soak them for about 10 minutes. This method helps remove dirt, bacteria stuck on the outside of the shell, and makes the eggs cleaner for cooking. After soaking, remove the eggs and wipe each one dry with a clean towel. This step is simple but very important, as it helps the eggs dry properly and be safer when cooking. And now, we can begin the preparation step to create the delicious, appealing egg dish you've been waiting for. First, prepare small silicone molds corresponding to the number of eggs you want to poach. Before placing the eggs into the molds, brush a very thin layer of oil inside each one. You only need a tiny amount of oil for non-stick purposes. It helps the eggs release easily without affecting the flavor. This small step prevents the eggs from sticking to the mold and helps them maintain a perfect round shape after poaching. Then, crack each egg directly into its own mold. This method ensures the eggs don't stick to each other and stay neat and visually appealing. Sprinkle a measured amount of salt from a height to ensure even distribution and precise seasoning control. Next, place a pot on the stove and add just enough water. To gauge the water level accurately, you can test by placing a mold in the pot. First, the water should only come up to about halfway the height of the mold. Turn on the stove to medium heat, 1400, 1600 W, and bring the water to a gentle simmer. There's no need for a rolling boil, as strong boiling can disturb the eggs. Then, carefully place the molds with the eggs into the pot and cover with a lid. The steam inside will cook the eggs evenly and slowly. Thanks to being held in the silicone molds, each egg stays completely separate without breaking or having the whites spread out, like in traditional poaching. After about 3 to 5 minutes, depending on whether you prefer a runny or more set yolk, remove the molds from the pot and let them cool slightly. Finally, use a small knife or spoon to gently loosen the edges, then let the eggs slide out perfectly intact. The result is beautifully round poached eggs that are evenly cooked, with smooth whites and a yolk cooked to your liking, very appetizing to look at. You can sprinkle some toasted sesame seeds and drizzle your favorite sauce on top before enjoying it's both delicious and highly nutritious. However, here's a small note. Eating eggs boosts energy, improves muscle health, and supports brain function. That said, older adults should consume eggs in moderation and avoid eating too many to ensure good digestion and maintain cardiovascular health. Method 2. A simple, neat way to make poached eggs that anyone can easily do at home. First, prepare a clean piece of plastic wrap or food-grade cling film. Place the cling film on a cutting board, then lightly brush a thin layer of cooking oil over its surface. This small step is very important because it prevents the egg from sticking, makes it easy to remove after cooking, and helps maintain a perfect, attractive shape. Once the oil is applied, gently place the cling film into a small bowl. Then, carefully crack the egg into the center of the film, being careful not to break the yolk. You can sprinkle a small pinch of salt over it if desired. Once the egg is settled inside, twist the open end of the cling film tightly. You can tie it lightly or twist it just enough to form a small sealed pouch. This keeps the egg in shape during cooking and prevents it from spilling out. Next, prepare a pot of water and bring it to a medium boil. When the water is boiling, place a steamer basket on top, then gently lower the egg pouches into the steamer. Cover with a lid and steam for about 4 or 5 minutes, depending on your preferred level of doneness. When the egg white has fully set, completely enveloping the yolk while the yolk remains soft and creamy, it's done perfectly. Once cooked, remove the pouches and immediately plunge them into a bowl of ice water for about 1 minute. This step helps the eggs cool quickly and retain their neat, compact shape. Thanks to the pre-applied oil layer, the egg will separate from the film very easily. The result is a perfectly round, tidy poached egg with smooth whites wrapping around a vibrant golden yolk, extremely appetizing. Just add a little pepper and some greens to enjoy. This method not only simplifies the entire poaching process, but also ensures the eggs have a beautiful, eye-catching shape, allows easy control over doneness, and virtually eliminates the risk of failure. Method 3 is also very interesting, and it will definitely make you want to try it right away to experience this unique way of making poached eggs. First, prepare a pot of water and bring it to a boil over medium-high heat, 1600–2000 W. While waiting, take a stainless steel ladle and pour a thin layer of oil into the bowl of the ladle. Then gently shake the ladle so the oil spreads evenly across the surface. This prevents the egg from sticking and helps it slide out easily after poaching. Next, crack an egg directly into the oiled ladle. When the water reaches a gentle rolling boil, hold the ladle just above the pot, without letting the water touch the egg directly, and let the egg rest for a few seconds so the white begins to set. Once the white has started to firm up slightly, slowly lower the ladle into the water, allowing the egg to make gentle contact with the boiling water. This avoids breaking the yolk and helps the egg maintain a beautiful shape. The heat from the water will cook the egg evenly from the outside in. If you prefer a runny yolk, cook for about 1 minute. For a slightly set yolk, keep it in for an additional 2–3 minutes. And for a fully cooked yolk, cook for about 5 minutes. When the egg reaches your desired doneness, lift it out and let it drain. The result is a perfectly intact egg with smooth, glossy whites, enveloping a vibrant golden yolk that's soft and creamy. Slice it in half, and you'll see the rich, slightly flowing yolk, fragrant and mild, ready for breakfast or as an elegant garnish. Small but mighty, this is a quick, classy, and flawless poaching method that you absolutely must try.